rich, man. New book, best-selling.
Are you done?
No, YouTube series, host. Just turned 30. This dude over there winning. All right, back to me. Let's get back to the Patriots for our big story. All I got is kids and whining. New England is 4-5 after their upset win over the Ravens Sunday. Patriots still looking up at the Bills and Dolphins in the AFC East, but they have won back-to-back games. Cam Newton said yesterday, quote, "I know that we haven't peaked as a team. Bucky is back with us, but Acho, are Cam's Patriots legit playoff contenders?"
The operative word there, gentlemen, is legit. Cam Newton and their Patriots won 2 games in a row. Proud of them. Proud of Cam Newton for not turning the ball over. That's why they've won 2 games in a row. But no. That's the short answer. The long answer is just no. But either way, the answer is no. They're not legit playoff contenders. But I would submit this as a reason why. I think they're in the best division in football.
Ooh,
I said it. I think they're the best division in football. Everybody says the NFC West. Oh, the Rams, the Seahawks, the Cardinals. Okay, well, the Dolphins kind of just dismantled both the Rams and the Cardinals. Okay, well, what about the AFC North with the Browns and the Ravens and the Steelers? The Patriots just beat the Ravens. So I think one of the major reasons why I don't think the Patriots are legit contenders, they're the 3rd best team in their division, and I would make a strong case that they are in the best division or the 2nd best division in football. Maybe not with the best teams, but as far as consistency of the top 3 teams. The other reason is you can only go so long winning these close games. Winning close games is necessary in the NFL. Ask the Seattle Seahawks. That's how they got to the playoffs, winning close games. I think 10 of their 11 wins last year were one-possession games.
Yeah.
But you see, you win close games for too long, sooner or later, some of those coin flips might not go your way. The other reason, my last reason early on, the Patriots don't have much room for error. If they turn the ball over, if they lose the turnover battle, they lose a game. That's it. It's not like, okay, well, maybe if they win the rushing attack, maybe if they get a special teams touchdown. No, if they lose the turnover battle, they lose the game. On one hand, that's great. Just win the turnover battle. But that can be a big ask with a quarterback who has double-digit turnovers in every season he has played healthy in the NFL. So because of those reasons, the toughest division in football, along with the fact of the Patriots do not have much room for error, I don't think that they are legit playoff contenders.
I think they're a playoff contender, and they're legit. You have to understand the road ahead for them. Now, right now, it doesn't look pretty in terms of the number. They're 10th in the AFC. That means with the new playoff seeding that there are 2 teams between them, Tennessee and Cleveland, before they even get into the playoff picture. So you got to leapfrog those 2 teams that have to play each other and that have interesting schedules. I wouldn't say daunting. I would say winnable games, but everything is unpredictable this year for the NFL. But the Patriots, this is their road ahead. 1, buy into your mantra. Don't let Acho be the person that all of a sudden uses peer pressure, negative peer pressure, because people always think peer pressure means negative. No, it can be positive as well. But Acho's a pessimist. So Acho will use his peer pressure for the negative. And he will say, oh, if you don't turn the ball over, that's the only way you can win. Okay, that's a good thing. How do you make that sound so bad, Acho? But you found a way. This is what the team needs to do. You're talking about a team now that is 11th in scoring defense? Interesting. 4th most takeaways? Oh, so those key indicators that lets you know if you're going to win or lose a ball game, the Patriots are starting to surge in those categories. So now if you look at the Patriots going forward, winning back-to-back games, getting back on track like they looked pre-COVID, Cam Newton, now you got something to work with. And what is the Patriot way? More so than anything, that more games in the NFL are lost than won.
That's fair.
That means y'all will take care of the dirty work for us. All we have to do is capitalize on it.
Sal, let me give you a harsh truth. I'm not a pessimist. I'm a realist. And sometimes the reality can be pessimistic. Yeah, you're born, you suffer, you die. It's not pessimistic. It's just it's what happens on this earth.
Right.
Now, what's realistic with the New England Patriots and Cam Newton is this. Since 2016, Cam has started 4 games. His longest stretch of great play is a 4-game win streak. His even longer stretch of good play was the end of 2017 when the Carolina Panthers, the team Cam was starting for at the time, they finished 7-2. If the New England Patriots finish this season on another 7-2 stretch, that would be the best Cam Newton has played in the last 5 years. If they finish 7-2, they still wind up 9-7. They wind up 9-7 in an AFC team that I think historically for the first time through 10 weeks of play has 6 or 7 teams with 6 wins or more. They wind up 9-7 in one of the most historically competitive AFCs, along with the division where the Bills are now good and the Dolphins are now good, which we haven't seen the Dolphins make the playoffs since, I believe, 2001. So I don't think they are legit contenders, not necessarily because of what they control, but because of what might be out of their control.
Acho, I love this. And I hate that I always end up on the other side of the argument with you, but I'm going to end up on that side. Because I think right now, sometimes when you watch games on Sundays and stuff, you must be looking at a completely different game. Because the New England Patriots that I'm looking at, they have found their identity, and the rest of the AFC should be scared. This happened not against the Jets, not against the Ravens, but this happened against the Buffalo Bills. Because against the Buffalo Bills, in a loss, they discovered who they were. Let me read some numbers because I know you kind of be a data-driven guy. So since the Buffalo Bills game, this is what the Patriots have done when it comes to rushing attempts. 34 for 188 against the Buffalo Bills. 41 for 159 against the New York Jets, 39 for 173 against the Baltimore Ravens. Those reps in terms of running the ball, it has given them an opportunity to really embrace a winning formula. You talked about turnovers. Turnovers certainly are important. What they're doing now by running the football, they're limiting their mistakes, they're shortening the game, and they're making you take the game into the fourth quarter, which goes their way. And since we are talking about stats and you're saying, oh, you're saying the only way for them to win is to not turn it over, well, that makes sense because the statistics back that up. If you win the turnover battle by 1, you win 65% of your games. If you win it by 2, you win 84% of your game. And oh, by the way, if you're +3, you then win 90% of the games. Bill Belichick is just doing the numbers and say, if we don't give it away, we win games. He has also taken another formula. And look, I know I'm going to hit this debate on Twitter. They're going to say causation and correlation, but I'm going to give it to you anyway. If you have a 100-yard rusher on your team, you win 73% of your games. In 2 of the last 3 games, Damian Harris has gone over 100 yards. Bill Belichick and his staff have come to the fold and said, hey, if we just do these things, we win. And as a result, they're winning. Just telling you.
It's simple like that. He broke it down too much.
Marcellus, is he done with this take? Look, Bucky.
Too much for you?
It's not too much. It was accurate, Bucky, but it was incomplete. Oh. It was accurate, but it was incomplete. Let me tell you why. Bucky, in college at the University of Texas, everybody knows Texas and they know about 6th Street. It's a party.
Oh, I've been on 6th Street before. Mustard on that beat, bro.
Hey, everybody know about 6th Street.
Get off me.
Here's the interesting thing is you can't get into the club sometimes unless you're 18 or 21, right? And so you have to borrow a friend's ID. You got to borrow a friend's identity so you can get into the club if they're over 21 because you're underage. The trick, Bucky, is not in finding the ID. The trick is actually in duplicating the ID. See, it's easy to find an identity, but the question is, can you make yourself look like that identity every Saturday night when it's time for you to get into the club because there's a bouncer that's going to be checking, oh, nah, that don't look like you. The Patriots found their identity week 1 against the Miami Dolphins. 42 rushes, 19 passes. That was their identity. They won the game. They found their identity. They knew their identity week 3 against the Raiders. 38 rushes, 28 passes. They've known their identity. My issue with the Patriots is not can they find their identity. My issue is when they walk up to the bouncer, the Buffalo Bills, the bouncer, the Miami Dolphins, and they looking, is this you? Is this you? Nah, that don't look. The issue is when they walk up to the bouncer at the club, is the bouncer gonna say, hey, no white tees in the club. Hey, ain't no Jordans in the club. That's the issue, Bucky. The Patriots have known their identity all season long. But Cam Newton, he walks up to the front of the club sometimes, and the bouncer throws him out like Jazz from Fresh Prince. And it's just, ah! That's the issue, Bucky Brooks.
Woo! Is that issue? So I'm very familiar with 6th Street, and sometimes, Acho, when you go to the bouncer, sometimes you have to name drop and tell them who you are, and they let you through. And so when you're Cam Newton, you walk to the door, I think everyone knows who they are. And just like you, everyone in the AFC, they know who the Patriots are. Because those 2 teams that you talk about comprising of the best division in football, the Miami Dolphins and the Buffalo Bills respectively, oh, believe they know who the New England Patriots are because the Miami Dolphins, as you talked about, the Miami Dolphins have already handed the The Miami Dolphins have already been handed an L. The Buffalo Bills nearly got handed an L by the Patriots. So they know that the Patriots are coming. And on Sunday night, when they were watching those games, they all were cheering for the Baltimore Ravens to knock out the dreaded King because they don't want the King to come back. But no, the Patriots are right there, and they're going to be there because they've embraced their identity. And we've seen them win without Julian Edelman on the field. We've seen them win without all their pieces on the field, Stephon Gilmore. When those guys come back, it then allows them to do more stuff. So even though they're stepping into this identity, they still have the ability to switch it up. I am bullish on the New England Patriots. I don't want to say go get your hat and T-shirt yet, but you can go to the NFL shop and start to make that order.
Yeah, I'm just not feeling Acho's negative connotation to, oh, you win the turnover battle. That's the only way you can win. Like, he's putting a little sourness on something that is known as a fact, as an indicator, and as a measurable for any team to have success. Like, it reminded me of when I was growing up, people used to be like, oh, you going home to study? I was like, well, what else am I supposed to do? Like, what? You can't make that a bad thing. How can you make winning the turnover battle a bad thing? Also, I never had a fake